Hello from Seoul and welcome to the second video in my Korea Essential videos. Today I will share 7 apps with you that I think are really convenient if you're visiting Korea or specifically Seoul. And the good thing about them is that they're all free. Now, isn't that great? I'm at Olympic Park right now and it's a nice place to enjoy some nature but without the commitment of hiking. First off, I would highly recommend you to install the Korean keyboard because the romanization of Korean can often be not so definite and ambiguous, and that will just lead to problems, misunderstandings. I've been there, so you don't have to. You can type a Korean letter from left to right and from bottom to top. And even if you don't understand what you're writing, you still know how it sounds and you know how to read it, and that will just come in handy if you visit Korea. And learning Hangul is really easy. It's an alphabet, and even I didn't have problems to learn it quickly, so I'm sure you can do it too. The most important app that you will need is a navigator, and here you can choose between Google Maps or Naver Maps, and most Koreans are using Naver apps and they're saying that Google Maps is useless in Korea, which is not true. I mean, it has some downsides because many cafes don't have the updated information and sometimes they are listing places that don't exist anymore. But when it comes to using public transportation, Google Maps is really reliable, and they also updated the app a lot in the recent years, so I always use it and I never have problems with it, so yeah. But Singon always uses Naver and he's happy with it, so just choose whatever you want. I also prefer Google because I think the interface looks nicer, and maybe it's also just habit. I think it doesn't matter. The second app that is really convenient is the Seoul Subway app, and your navigator will already show you the subway connection, but the Seoul Subway app still has some additional useful information. You can check what the fastest connection is or the one with the least transfers if you're feeling lazy, and you can also see the full subway map at one glance or see where you can switch to an express train. So I think it's a good addition to the navigator. At the end of summer and the beginning of fall, every year they have this beautiful orange and yellow cosmos flowers blooming here, and where there are beautiful flowers, there are also many beautiful Korean couples taking their pictures together. It's Korea after all, right? I can't really blame them. I mean, it's so pretty. 2 couples already asked me to take a picture for them. I hope I did a good job. So pretty. Seems like all the people came here to take their picture in the cosmos flower field, but there are also these beautiful roses blooming just around the corner, so don't miss out on them. They're equally pretty. I wish you could smell the rose through the video. It just smells like a fresh, out of the oven lemon cake. I'm getting hungry. Okay, we just arrived in Incheon and I feel a little bit peckish, so let me introduce my favorite app to you. It's called Mangoplate, and by the way, mango is also my favorite fruit. The Mangoplate app is basically like a navigator but for food, and besides Instagram, probably the app that I'm using most. Don't judge me. Also, cheers. This is so good. So the app works like this. You can see the map here and then select the area where you want to go or where you're right now, and then search for all the restaurants and cafes that are around. And then you can also filter by categories like Western or Korean or cafe. Here I went for cafe, obviously. And then you can browse through all the places that are around you, and you can also see the business hours in the detail page, and sometimes the menu, and also photos that people took there and their reviews. And of course, sometimes the reviews are a little bit weird because people have opinions, right? But I think it's a good general guideline. And then you can just click on directions, select the navigator of your preference, and just go there. I mean, why not having good food if you have the option? And Seoul just has so many options. I really like pumpkin spice latte, but the pumpkin spice matcha latte, I mean, you can't even compare it. It's so delicious. If this would be my neighborhood, I would come here every day. Really. No regrets. It's already dark. And it's also getting cold, so I will head home now. Hello again, I am now back in my living room. It's already the next day. Yesterday it already got dark and I went home because it was cold and dinner. Let's continue where we took off yesterday. So the next app that I want to introduce to you is a currency converter, and somehow I look really pale. I mean, the light is changing all the time because it's pretty cloudy, and I swear I'm not that pale in real life. The next app that will help you to save a lot of money is a currency converter. Converting $1 to US is pretty simple. You just get rid of 3 zeros and then you have round about the amount in dollars. Converting 1 to euro is a little bit more complicated already. It's usually, again, minus 3 zeros and then around 76 to 80%. And then pound, I actually just looked it up. It was 6.68 pounds for 10,000 won. So maybe you're a math prodigy. I'm not. And maybe you're also not, and you still want to know how much you're spending, so I think a currency converter is really helpful. The one I'm using is this one here. Yeah, it's reflecting, you can't see anything great. It's called Owanda or Nowanda. I think in the end any random one will do. What I like about this one is that you can save some of your favorite currencies, and you can also choose a rate, for example plus 1% or plus minus 2%, typical ITM rate. Yeah, I guess in the big picture it doesn't matter in the end, but it's still nice to have. The next app that you need if you go to Korea is a dictionary. Unless you're already super fluent in Korean, then you don't need it. I'm not, I think I will never be. Important tip here, don't use Google Translate. That is just so weird and so off, and I ended up in embarrassing situations because I used Google Translate. So what I can highly recommend you is Naver Dictionary. It's this one here. A translator always comes in handy if you want to know what you just ordered off the menu, or if you just want to ask where the bathroom is. Menus here are often only in Korean, especially so in not so touristy places, and I guess that's where you want to go because this is where it's really interesting. Namsan, no offense. What I was doing here in the beginning was to type in the name of the dish into Google image search, and then you kind of get an idea about the dish and the ingredients. App number 6 is called AirVisual, and it monitors the air quality. So the thing is, there are around 25 million people living around here in the metropolitan area around Seoul, and we are living here on a very condensed space, and then there is also China nearby. So unfortunately the air quality around here is not always that good. When I first came here I was underestimating the effect of air pollution quite a lot because I was never exposed to it before, and I was wondering why my eyes are itchy, why my throat is sore, and I thought I'm sick or getting used to the new environment, or it's the AC, whatever. Turned out it was because of the air pollution. During summer the air quality here is quite good because it's rainy season. Rainy season is the real enemy, by the way. And then during fall, it's usually pretty clear here and really beautiful. But winter is already a little bit more problematic. And then during spring, it just gets the worst. And all the misamonji, aka fine dust from China, is coming over, which adds to the pollution that Seoul and the metropolitan area is already producing anyway. So it's not good. The sky is not blue, and you can often see like this gradient from somewhat blue to gray. So brace yourself, pollution is coming. So do yourself and your health a favor and get yourself a proper breathing mask if it's necessary. And even if you don't have any acute symptoms of the pollution, then it can still be a cause of cancer. So really be aware of that. When selecting a breathing mask, pay attention to the KF94 logo. It means that around 94% of the pollutants are getting filtered out by the breathing mask if it sits on your face really tight. So make sure that there are no slits where the air can seep into between your nose and the mask. Okay, one more, last app. It's called Kakao Talk, and it's a messenger that every Korean uses here. No one uses WhatsApp here, for example. This app also has the most adorable emojis. They are so cute, and the characters are really popular in Korea. So they have entire merchandise shops here. They are called Kakao Friends, and there you can get all the stationery and plushies and all kind of super cute merch. And they even have a Kakao Friends museum here. I mean, that's on another level, right? Okay, one more quick bonus. It's not an app, but it's a number, and it's 1330. You can call that number if you need some English assistance or some travel information, and you will just dial 1330, and then a bilingual operator will help you to solve your problem. And you can also hand the telephone over to the taxi driver that maybe doesn't understand English, or the person at the hotel where you're staying, and they can also provide you information about popular tourist sites or transportation or food or whatever it is that you need to know. If you dial the number, you have to include the area code where you're just now. So in Seoul, that's 02. And there are more for all the areas around Korea. I will just put it in the description box so you can just look it up there if you need it. And if you call that number, they will only charge you for a local telephone call, so there are no extra hidden expenses or anything. I'm pretty sure there are many more convenient apps, so if you have any recommendation, please let us know in the comments, and maybe we can exchange some advices. If there is any Korea related topic that you're interested in and you would like me to make a video about it, then please let me know in the comments, or you can also text me on Instagram. I'm online there a lot. I created a playlist where I will link all the Korea Essentials videos, so subscribe to my channel if you also want to see more videos in the future, and see you next time. Bye, thanks for watching. As always, I really appreciate it.